Hey, what's up everyone? Pete the Guttural Monk here. Today I've got 20 brand new releases to share with you guys, all from 2016. But before I get started, I just want to give a shout out to Bog Phantom. This motherfucker is making some incredible videos, sharing some incredible bands. This dude's dropping knowledge left and right. The landscapes that he uses in his videos and edits together is absolutely fucking breathtaking. He shares occult books. He's got some great opinion pieces. Check out his channel if you haven't done so already. Definitely a fucking killer YouTuber to check out. Let's jump right into it. This is the debut full length from Mizmor, and I'm going to try to put the actual spelling of Mizmor on the video right there. So Mizmor is a one-man project out of Portland, Oregon. It is a blackened occult doom project with some like kind of droney influence to it. Super buzzy, fucking thick production. And actually I fucked up because this cassette actually came in this cool like black envelope with this awesome like wax stamp on it. Really fucking great presentation. This is the independent release on cassette. Mine is number 127 out of 200. So obviously very limited release. Comes on this super nice gray cassette. The sound on this thing is absolutely incredible. There's a download card. It also came with this cool lyric sheet. This was one of my most anticipated releases of the last couple weeks. YouTuber by the name of, and I'm drawing a blank, actually shared this one with me as a comment on one of my earlier videos, and this has become one of my most anticipated releases of the year. This artwork was handled by Beksinski, amazing Polish artist. If you don't know any of his material, definitely Google that. I'll link him in the description to this video. His artwork is absolutely fucking stunning, but I love the presentation on this cassette. Really holding my breath for the vinyl release. I can't wait to have this one just blown up and in your face and fucking, you know, full force. But if you haven't checked out this album, the album's name is Yodh. I don't think I've mentioned that. Definitely do so. One of the most killer releases of the year. Can easily make my top 10, potentially even top 5. Fucking fantastic release from Mizmor. Next up is the split between Mare Cognitum and Aureole. This is two US black metal projects. Mare Cognitum, one-man band. Aureole, also a one-man band. This is released on Fallen Empire on this fucking sick crimson vinyl. Mare Cognitum is easily one of my favorite US black metal bands. Cannot wait for his new full length to drop in September this month at some point. Aureole is a band that I wasn't familiar with before hearing this split. Motherfucker sounds like a swarm of bees. It's really kind of buzzing, fast, just killer black metal. So this is called Resonance, Crimson Void. Check this out if you haven't done so already. You can download this for free on the Fallen Empire Bandcamp. So definitely make sure you go ahead and do that. Next up, this is the third full length from Arma. This one is called Paradise Gallows, out right now on Relapse Records. These guys are from Virginia. They play a kind of, I don't know, blackened atmospheric sludge with some post-metal influence. If you're not familiar with Arma, I think this is a great place to start. Sky Burial is a fantastic album as well. The Cavern, the one that they released a couple years ago, amazing EP. This shows them at what I feel is like their heaviest. I couldn't believe when I heard the first track how I didn't think I was listening to the right album. Super aggressive vocals. I mean, the music is just heavy as all fucking hell. This album is an absolute monster. Progresses into just an incredible piece of music. Next up, this is one that you've all seen before, but I haven't shared it yet on this channel. This is the brand new one from Forteresse. I'm not going to try to say the French pronunciation, but this is Thèmes for the Rebellion. My buddy Counterbeat can handle the pronunciation for me next time. So this is their fifth full length. This is my favorite release from them. To be completely honest with you, this is the only Forteresse album that I own. I honestly haven't been too much of a fan of the other stuff, although I do want to go back and listen to it now because I've spun this countless times and I must have missed something along the way. But anyway, not dwelling on that one, the new Forteresse, you've all heard it, I'm sure. If you haven't heard it, I'm sure you've seen it. This album is my most spun album of the summer. I can't tell you how many fucking hours I've sat outside smoking cigars and drinking beers listening to this one from Blood Ceremony. This is Lords of Misrule, occult rock with some doom influence, heavy psych, female vocals, there's flute happening. Picture something like The Doors with like Pat Benatar singing for them, but then they kind of like ran into Black Sabbath and Jethro Tull and they got all kinds of like fucked up and created this like occult doom rock band. this fucking rules. I'm not familiar with their back catalog at all. These guys are high priority for me to check out everything else that they've done. And I've actually been kind of checking out the other members' projects as well, because like I said, I'm absolutely obsessed with this one. Check this shit out. Blood Ceremony, Lord of Misrule. Amazing, amazing album. Next up is another one that I'm sure you guys have seen all over the internets already. This is the brand new one from Inquisition, Bloodshed, Across the Empyrean Altar, Beyond the Celestial Zenith. Fucking killer black metal, originally from Colombia. These guys now reside in the United States. This is their 7th full length. Holy shit. Kind of wish they stuck with Paolo Girardi for the artwork, just because all those reissues that they did back in 2015 would be really cool to kind of work their way into the new full length. But the artwork on this one is fucking sick, not taking away from that at all. Check this shit out if you haven't done so already, but I'm sure most of you have, so I'm not going to dwell on that. Yet another one I need counterbeat for, because I don't know how to say the name of this band. Cantique Lépreux with Cendres, Célestes. These guys are another Quebec black metal band. A little bit more atmosphere to this one than the Forteresse that I mentioned before. Amazing, 6-panel digipack. This is released by Eisenwald, one of my favorite record labels at the moment. Really, really, really fantastic stuff. I don't know how this one hasn't gotten more attention. This was released a couple months ago, but an amazing album. And as usual, all of this is going to be linked in the description below. So when I butcher pronunciations, you can just fucking click that little down arrow and figure out what the fuck I actually meant. Next up, this is the first full length from Void Omnia. This is Dying Light. This is some really kind of fucked up spacey black metal. These guys are from California, I believe. I fucking love that artwork. I heard there's new material coming too. Can't wait to check that out in the future. Dying Light from Void Omnia. Really, really killer stuff. Speaking of killer, spacey, astral, cosmic clusterfuck, this is the new one from Blood Incantation. This is Starspawn. Words can't describe how much I fucking love this album. The EP from, I think, 2015, Interdimensional Extinction, it was good, but it left me wanting a whole lot more. This album delivers so much more. It's only 5 tracks, but you can see the first song, if you can see the first song, is actually quite a lengthy one. But this album plays through really fast. It's an absolutely incredible piece of music. Dark Descent Records put this one out, I believe, last month. I haven't stopped listening to it since. Cannot get enough of it. Fucking Blood Incantation rules. They are one of the top death metal bands to check out. If you guys have slept on that, I mean, you have to fucking give them a spin. Absolutely incredible stuff. Speaking of incredible stuff, I shared Behind Beyond with you guys earlier this year, but this is the first full length from Spirit Adrift. This is Chained to Oblivion. So, Spirit Adrift is this one-man, fucking incredible doom metal project done by this dude named Nate Garrett. And the artwork is actually handled by another Nate Burns. This is the first of 3 Nate Burns pieces that you'll see in this video. Fucking blows my mind how one man can be responsible for all of the material held on this album. My biggest gripe is the fucking packaging. Please, Prosthetic Records, just stop with this kind of packaging. Put it in a fucking jewel case. Put it in a digipack. I don't care. I mean, that is a poor spine. Everything about this is poor. I feel like I'm going to ruin the fucking CD. But anyway, it's not taking away from the material here. Soaring doom metal. His vocals are incredible. The riffs that this motherfucker comes up with is absolutely incredible. This album is definitely one to check out. If you're a fan of Chemist or Pallbearer, you would absolutely love this album. And with the new Chemist coming out in October, I'm really fucking excited to see if that can hold up to that Spirit Adrift album, because Absolution was my favorite album of the year for 2015. They got a lot to live up to, but I'm sure they can do that. Next up, another one-man project. This is the brand new one from Putrid fucking Pile. This is Paraphiliac Perversions. Straight up brutal death metal. This is his 5th full length. Sean LeCain is the name of this dude that is responsible for this fucking material here. I think this is one of my favorite Putrid Pile albums. If you're not familiar with Putrid Pile, check out just like fucking go to YouTube, or you're on YouTube right now, but YouTube Putrid Pile like live, and you can see this motherfucker performing by himself. He puts on such a fucking awesome show. His vocals are fucking incredible. But this is a great album. It's out right now on Severed Records. Fucking love Putrid Pile. Check that shit out. Paraphiliac Perversions was the name of that one. Next up, some fucking buzzing old school death metal out of Germany. This is the first full length from Carnal Tomb. This is Rotten Remains. Really, really killer. Like I said, old school fucking, heavy buzzing, horror, zombie themed death metal. Love this stuff. This is out of Memento Mori. So definitely check out this one from Carnal Tomb. Rotten Remains is the name of that. Fucking love that record. Been spinning that one a lot. Next up is some more straight up death metal. This is from the band Dominate. Worst band name ever. Fuck. This is out on Lava Dome Productions. The name of this one is Emissaries of Mourning. So this is an EP. They released a full length a couple years back. I haven't heard that one, but I really like the material here. Get a lot of like an autopsy vibe from it, so that's really fucking cool. Super quick spin. It's like 20 minutes long. Definitely check this out. I don't remember where I bought it from, but I want to say Dark Descent, so you could probably still pick it up there. If not, I'm sure it's floating around somewhere else on the internets right now. Next three are all from the Binder and Nordvis family. Marty Worm doing a fucking killer job this year. So this is the newest full length from Krigsgrav. This is their fourth full length. More Nate Burns artwork right there. Absolutely fucking beautiful piece. This one is called Waves of Degradation. So I got into these guys with, I think, their 2014 release, Carrion Fields, or The Carrion Fields. I really like that album a lot. This is kind of like melodic black metal approach with a little bit of folk metal influence to it. Really, really awesome album. Definitely recommend you guys check this out. Black metal fans, melodic black metal fans. Really killer stuff. I need to do some exploration into the rest of their back catalog because, honestly, until today, I didn't even realize that they had 4 full lengths. So, need to go back and check them out. Next up, this is one of my favorite bands at the moment. I really can't stop spinning this album. This is the newest one from Vukari. The name of this one is called Divination. This is kind of straight up black metal. A little bit of atmosphere to it as well. It's fucking beautiful, well done stuff. They actually reissued their I think it's 2015 EP, Entupon, earlier this year as well on CD, and I need to figure out how I can get my hands on one of those because that EP is just fucking fantastic as well. But definitely check this out, Vukari with Divination if you haven't done so. These guys are out of Illinois. I don't know if I mentioned that at all. So hailing from Chicago. Really, really incredible black metal album. Definitely underrated shit. I haven't seen many people talk about that at all. Next up, before I get into the reissues, this is part reissue, but I'm also considering this part new release just because the sound and everything about this is so different. And I'll go into explaining this in a second. So this is the 2 CD Panopticon Revisions of the Past. This is reworked, remastered versions of his third full length, Social Disservices, and also the On the Subject of Mortality compilation, which was originally, I guess, released in very small quantities, but then used as part of the As Bitter Spring Sleeps split and the split with Skagos, both released in 2010. So what this is all about, first of all, I mean, like, holy shit, just incredible looking presentation. Like I said, 2 CD. You got the original artwork for Social Disservices and the original On the Subject of Mortality artwork there. On the back here is the reworked Nate Burns, I guess, vision of the On the Subject of Mortality artwork, which is unbelievable. And here is the reworked Social Disservices artwork, also by Nate Burns. So this was some kind of massive undertaking between Austin Lunn, Colin Marston, Spencer Morris. Spencer Morris handled all the mixing, and I think the drum rehashing, if you will. Colin Marston handled the mastering. This has been in the works for a long time. Comes with a cool booklet, lots of explanation into the feeling and the reason behind the albums, and also the reason behind the massive rework that they underwent. The sound on the original recordings wasn't all that great, but the material was always there, and I think this is just like the perfect way to kind of show people that these recordings were fucking special from the beginning, and now they can finally see what they were originally meant to be. Austin Lund handled all of the original recordings by himself, so with these guys cleaning it up now. I mean, it's a really, really incredible re-release. Huge fan of Panopticon. Again, this is called Revisions of the Past. Check this shit out. Get it through Bindroon. It's an absolutely amazing fucking, reissue. I cannot say enough good things about that. Next up, this is Sviga Lay, and this is the reinforced version from Arckanum. So this was originally released in 2010. Arckanum is a one-man Swedish black metal project, one of my favorite black metal projects of all time. This is another one. The original version of this album wasn't all that great as far as just the sound quality behind it. This is so much fucking better. Used to have red on the artwork itself. Now it's this white cover, and you can see the reinforced tag on the bottom there. This was released by Raised Soul Productions. Really awesome to hear this album the way it should be, and it's kind of cool because I didn't actually own the original, so awesome. Just filling a gap in the Arckanum collection at the same time. Next up is a 2 CD release from Incantation. This is out right now on Necroharmonic. So the first disc is a bunch of kind of old demos. There's the 1990 demo with Will Romer on vocals, Seraphic Decay, Live in Buffalo 1990, that's a set. There's a bunch of live sets on here, Live at Cheers, Rehearsals. The second disc is all live tracks as well. Just a really cool piece of Incantation's history here. Big fan of the tri-state death metal scene, of course. There's a lot of Craig Pillar tracks on the second disc, so you hear Incantation in that version as well as the super early stuff. Really cool to own some of these, live sets and demos and shit like that. Sound quality is so-so on some of it, but it's still a really fucking awesome release. Next up is a reissue from Acrostichon. This is engraved in black. This is out right now, also on Memento Mori. This one was hard to track down for fucking years, even with the last reissue. I mean, this shit was going on eBay for ridiculous amounts of money for some reason. But this is a fucking amazing album, originally released in 1993. Super fucking thick, heavy death metal album. These guys are from the Netherlands. This is not the original cover art, but this is the original reissue cover art, so I can definitely get down with that. But fucking fantastic band. If you haven't heard of them before, check out Acrostichon if you're into just fucking balls to the wall, heavy, old school death metal. And I meant to show this one earlier, but this is the last one that I've got for today. This is the Lord of the Flies reissue of the 2001 In Ancient Beliefs from Deteriorate. Deteriorate is from New Jersey, or was from New Jersey. I'm not sure what they're considering themselves now. I bought this one directly off of Paul. Paul, if you're watching, thanks, bro. I really appreciate everything that you sent me. I guess you can call it brutal death metal album, but this was brutal death metal before brutal death metal is what brutal death metal is now. Fucking slams, fucking disgusting guttural vocals. This is just fucking the dripping sewer amazingness that New Jersey death metal was known for. Really incredible stuff. And fun fact on this one, this album was actually recorded in Union, New Jersey, and I grew up right down the street from Union, literally a mile away, and I had no idea that something this awesome was coming out of essentially my hometown. This is just on black vinyl, nothing crazy, but may as well show you the centers there. Lord of the Flies Records has done an incredible job in reissuing a lot of cool New Jersey death metal from back in the day. They're also releasing a couple of new albums as well. So check out Lord of the Flies Records. Check out Deteriorate. Fucking really cool stuff. Happy to own this album on vinyl. It's really great, and the new artwork is absolutely incredible. So yeah, that's all I've got. One more thing, going back to Panopticon, check out Brain Smasher's channel because he's got the live sets from the Migration Fest on his channel. So if you're a fan of Panopticon and for some reason you wanted to, check out the live set that they did he did and they did for the very first time a couple weeks ago, dude Ben at Brain Smasher, he's got them on his channel. They sound really fucking good. Definitely do that. That's all I got for today. I'll have another update at the beginning of October. And until next time, guys, cheers.